Well, I'm Michelle, and answering the first question, we focus on the well being of the person, the social, political, and cultural differences between both countries. And starting from them, we develop a plan that will be adapt abroad for this person.
How do I conduct that information? It was very funny because I learned a lot of things of that country, but it was hard because we know that nowadays there is a sensible situation in the world, and that situation didn't help us because when we wanted to know about any information, for example, the passport, the visa, that information wasn't available because nowadays the travel doesn't work. So that situation, it was like the wall that there was in our investigation. But after all, it was very funny because, as I told you, I learned a lot of things of that country, and I think that it's the most important thing that we did for that stage.
Hi, I am Natalia and I will be answering the questions. First, we start searching for a company that is multicultural, so would be easier for French people to work and adapt to their new job. In this case, it was FEMSA.
Hello, my name is Giovanni Martinez, and I answered the first question. The first thing that we investigated was the multicultural company, that in this case was FEMSA. Also, the location of the company and the position that the company had available, who was a sales manager, with a salary of 60,000 Mexican pesos, with all the benefits that FEMSA offered. Then we investigated the immigration process, if he need visa or not, the reason for the visit to Mexico, and all the documents that he needed to go to Mexico, in addition to the documents in case that the person of Filipinas had children. About the flight, we found a cheap flight from 19,000 Mexican pesos more or less. Finally, we looked for an apartment in Santa Fe. The most difficult part of this was the immigration process because all the internet pages said about the pandemic, and the most easy part of this was found the apartment and the company.
Cultural differences have always existed. The difference is that today these differences bring us closer and closer together. In my case, I have experienced it with my maternal family. We were despite the stereotypes by both cultures, and it was thanks to coexist that they ceased to exist.
No, I haven't. I haven't had the opportunity to expect something about the cross-cultural differences or stereotypes with foreign people.
The second question, yes, I have been in some cross-cultural experience and I think that it is really interesting to know how people from other countries express and interact. Like the boyfriend of my sister, he's from Switzerland, and I think that it was a very fun experience because I learned how they are in their country. It's really different the way that they are between families because they don't have like that affection that we have in here between close friends and family.
And of course, with my dentist, who is from Japan, he says hello or says yes, bending down and then checking your hand. He also doesn't wear shoes to work. He prefers skates because he feels more productive. He also told me that he calls his patients 20 minutes before because the Mexicans are extremely unpunctual. But he loves being here because we are very friendly.
Among my medium-term goals is a job exchange or foreign relocation, and it was thanks to this school semester that I was able to see more thoroughly how companies carry out on all this process where not only they will work for employees but as an employee I will also have to do everything they ask me in addition to giving. and I do my best to have a successful relocation.
How well prepared do I have to be for the cross-cultural differences? If I want to travel for any country, I know that I have to do an investigation for the people. Why? Because I don't know how is the behavior for the people, and the only thing that I don't want to do is something like could be unrespectful for the people. Because here in Mexico and in other country could be some the behaviors are differences. So I can the only thing that I don't want to do is to do something unrespectful for the other people.
The third question, I think that I'm not very prepared because I think that it would be difficult for me to adapt to different people, not in a cultural way. I mean, the way that they are like in attitude, I don't know if I would be willing to that experience. Um, Also, the weather of that place is important because I love very much the weather here in Mexico, and I don't know if I would live in a place that people aren't that way.
I think the 25%, because the culture changes in different parts of the world, and something that looks good in Mexico in other parts of the world is the opposite. An example of this is that in Mexico you can cross the street wherever you can. In United States, if you don't cross the painted floor, you will have a penalty by the police. These are aspects that I have to learn and practice in order to go to the foreign country.